Geologists are keeping a very watchful eye on Washington's Mount St. Helens. Swelling on the floor of the crater is accelerating now. We have that and other activity, and that has led scientists to predict an eruption within the next 5 days. Randy Ripplinger of station KATU in Portland has been covering this story and is standing by now live at 5 near the volcano. Randy, how strong do geologists expect this eruption to be? Anything like the really big one that we had?
No, as a matter of fact, they had some concerns it might be like the big one, but as the volcanic activity has proceeded, of course, those fears have been quelled. The geologists we talked to in the crater say this explosion, or rather this eruption, will not be of the explosive variety. Rather, it will be a dome-building eruption, that is, lava pushing to the surface to build the lava dome in the center of the crater. Today, geologists worked extra hours in the crater, especially to keep an eye on the growth of the crater floor and the lava dome.
744. 794? It's moved 5 centimeters in 3 hours or something?
I find that hard to believe.
No, I don't.
Really? Oh, okay.
I think it's entirely possible. I mean, it's just really galloping along now.
The fact that the lava dome growth and swelling of the crater floor are accelerating is the single thing that leads to the eruption advisory. An instrument which bounces infrared signals off of targets on the dome calculates the dome's growth. Geologists also measure the distance between points on the crater floor. As the floor swells, geologic formations underground called thrust faults overlap each other, and the points on the surface get closer. That's what's happening now. There is more pointing to an impending eruption, like an increase of the number of hot spots on the crater floor. And we noticed that steam vents were more forceful now than they were 1 week ago. But there is one geologic event scientists are watching for before they feel an eruption will happen at any moment.
Before all previous dome-building eruptions, say 12 to 24, 48 hours before, we've seen a dramatic increase in the seismicity. And that's probably the key thing we're looking for now.
There are a couple of things geologists say won't happen. By the way, we apologize for the inclement weather. You can see the volcano back here, but clouds have just moved in. It is still rumbling at this time, and what the geologists say won't happen is any kind of big explosion like the May 18th. They also say that any lava or the pyroclastic flow, hot gases that will come out of it, won't happen with a dome-building eruption, so the fear of floods has dissipated. The other thing that people are a little more relaxed about now is the fear of another big ash fallout. A dome-building eruption won't put a lot of ash down. Joe, back to you.
And you might explain, we don't have a lot of volcanoes here in the Midwest, Randy. You might explain dome building to us. Is that simply a matter of the mountain getting higher bit by bit?
The crater, if you saw the inside, has a little plug right down in the center of the floor. That's called a lava dome. It's simply where the lava has pushed up to the center and is building itself during these several dome-building eruptions that have happened. That's what they expect this time. A little more lava to push up, make that dome in the center of the crater a little bit larger, but no fireworks.
Back during the really serious eruptions, we know that that area was devastated, and there appeared to be, from the pictures we saw back here, absolutely nothing left alive there. A bunch of trees lying on the ground was about all they could salvage. Has the vegetation there started to grow again? Is there any life to be seen?
During the spring and summer months, when the snow is gone from the area, we do see a considerable amount of grass, a few trees coming up here, and we see a great number of elk and other animals coming back to the area, although it still looks very much like a barren wasteland with most of the vegetation wiped out by that initial eruption. Just briefly, any estimates of when it might be back to normal? Back to normal. Boy, that's a hard one. I don't think any geologist would even hazard that guess. The only thing they're guessing right now is that eruption, the dome building type, probably will go ahead as scheduled within the next 5 days. Thank you, Randy. Randy Ripplinger of station KATU keeping an eye on what's happening at Mount St. Helens for us. Nothing that serious around here in the way of phenomena. We do have our problems, however.
I know, but that was a very interesting report.